Greetings everyone, welcome to part 4 of the Iron Dominion Saga. Things are getting tense as last issue, the Iron Queen and Snively arrive and cause some mayhem. First by using Bunny to attack the Freedom Fighters and almost killing her, then stealing Monkey Kong's crown and enslaving him. Then there's the fact Knuckles and Espio confronted each other in the backup story. Time to resolve both plots. First, the main story. The newly transformed Monkey Kong, or Iron Kong as he's called at the moment, immediately goes on the offensive. He even targets the plot orphans. Thankfully, Sonic arrives to rescue them. Sally gets Sonic up to speed and the Hedgehog's ready to contain him. This is easier said than done. Others have tried and failed to reason with Iron Kong. What makes you think you can succeed, Sonic? The villains gloat over these events. Snively even breaks the Power Ring crown. The Fiend. However, Sonic gets an idea from their gloating. Remembering the first time he's met Khan, Sonic plans to get a new Power Ring from the Lake of Rings. Everyone else has to stall him. Antoine wastes no time with this idea. The guy is rightfully mad that Khan withheld enemy intel and almost cost him his wife. Sally's pleas are ignored and Vector and Mighty try to hold on to him. Unfortunately, Iron Kong calling out his attack is about to result in a major owie. Meanwhile, Sonic is acting like me while I wait for a new game to download. I know it takes time to make a Power Ring, Nicole, but life and death situation and all that. Seeing an electrified Vector and Mighty fly by has Nicole speed up the process. Iron Kong heads towards Sonic just as a Power Ring pops up. While Sonic places it on Khan's head, we get some caption boxes explaining more about Power Rings. And wait, empower one's deepest wish? Oh great. Thanks for reminding me that Power Rings grant wishes, comic. Anyway, with the ring on his head, Khan returns to normal. The Iron Queen decides it's time to go, with the idea that the heroes won't challenge her and their faith in Monkey Kong is shattered. Sure, yeah. Remember back in 201 when Khan said there were no freedom fighters in the Dragon Kingdom area? Well, it turns out Khan killed them under the Iron Queen's control. Even with his original Power Ring crown, his anger left him vulnerable to takeover. Who's angry right now, and rightfully so, is Antoine. He repeats his statements now that Khan is rational again. And Khan agrees with Antoine. That is, until the plot orphans show up to deliver the message for today. Things happen, and it feels like it's the victim's fault. But we can help each other by being strong for one another. So yeah, faith in Monkey Kong is shattered, huh? Had the Queen stuck around, she would have seen her idea shatter as Khan makes up with everyone in the area. After Sonic makes sure he's gotten everything he can out of Khan, he leaves to check on everyone while Khan has to find his weapon in the lake. Back in the Egg Dome, Snively tries to gloat to Crazy Eggman that he has the good life now with love and respect for a change. But he considers it a waste of time. The gloating, that is. However, among Eggman's crazy ramblings, he utters the cell overriding code Epsilon Gamma Gamma. Get it? And it opens his padded cell. Back over to the backup story, Espio is ready to kill Knuckles. However, when both of them realize Knuckles would give his life to stop Espio from stealing the Master Emerald, Espio does not go through with it as it conflicts with his orders. Okay. Knuckles wants to help Espio, and Espio says the only chance is to break the Iron Queen's hold on the four houses. He then goes into a brief detail on how the clans are organized, and even if his clan is free from the Iron Queen, he still has to follow Constant Vigil's orders. And with that, Espio leaves. All Knuckles can do is wish his friend good luck. As stated last issue, it's pretty much given that Espio is not going to kill Knuckles, though the reason for it is a bit odd. Conflicting orders? Yeah, we're just as confused as you are, Knuckles. If I were to guess, killing Knuckles wasn't part of the plan. And if it was, it seems to contradict previous orders. To give something away early, we will see some Espio backstory later in the saga that will explain things, so we'll table the conflicting orders thing for now. The only thing we can take away from this tale is learning more about the relationship between a bride and her clan, and that one way to help Espio, and by extension everyone else, is to break the Iron Queen's hold on the clans. You'd think Knuckles would play an active role in helping his friend, but no, he's going to have his own problems in an upcoming Sonic Universe arc. Given how things will play out in this saga, my guess is that Knuckles passes on this intel to the Freedom Fighters. I'm giving this a 6. It's not that bad, but the resolution is predictable, and once again we hear things we already know. What helps the story is Knuckles trying to help his friend, and more importantly, the art of Jamal Peppers. The main story finally hammers in the machinations of the Queen's powers on Khan. She can take control of him if A, he's very angry, something established way back in issue 60. Yeah, I kinda forgot about that. My bad. It doesn't matter if he's wearing a power ring, if he's boiling mad, he's as good as enslaved. Now in the rare case Khan is calm, the power ring does offer some protection, which leads to B. Remove the power ring, the Queen enslaves you. Either way, we learned that she used them to kill the Dragon Kingdom Freedom Fighters, and it's haunted Khan ever since. We don't get a definitive time frame when it happened. It could have been at some point before issue 60, or sometime before the Iron Queen took over the Eggman Empire. I'm leaning towards the latter. What the comic is trying to do is make Khan sympathetic, that his imprisonment in Robotnik's vault affected him greatly. My opinion is, Khan's previous attitude, his arrogance, his anger and all that, is to cover up the loneliness and weakness he believes he has, which is something people in real life experience. I understand Khan cannot control when the Queen enslaves him due to his nature. To be fair, he's working on it. What I don't understand is why he did not reveal the nature of the Queen's powers as soon as possible, something he can completely control. Our heroes use technology to fight the villains. Heck, they live in a city filled with technology controlled by a benevolent AI. If Khan told the heroes about it during, say, issue 201, better precautions would have been taken. We're lucky the Queen did not take over Nicole during her visit, this time. The Queen and Snively leave after sending their message. Makes sense from a practical standpoint. Sonic might have some fight left, and could possibly pull a Hail Mary victory or something. The Queen's logic, though, it's similar to the Iron King, letting the heroes go to spread a message of fear and destroy their faith. That's all fine and good, but these are heroes that face challenges such as losing their home to bombardment, facing off against a chaos-powered demigod, and fought against evil doppelgangers. You need to step up your game, Queenie. Although faith in Khan was shaken briefly. Antoine furiously confronts Khan, and he has every right. But then the plot orphans show up to deliver the message of the day. For the record, I'm not against the idea of drawing strength from others during hard times. Tragedy occurs all the time, and we need the support of family and friends to help get through it. The problem is in the presentation. It feels very hokey. Khan apologizes to Antoine, and he accepts it. I mean, look at Antoine. He's smiling here. But as we saw 2 pages earlier, he was given Khan the death glare. Why? His wife almost died due to lack of intel. This is not water under the bridge stuff, people. But I suppose we gotta wrap up this plot tension to make way for the next one, which is Crazy Eggman escaping. Fans of the comic will recognize some things in his ramblings, like the characters of Kodos and Crabmeat, and the Doomsday weapon, the Ultimate Annihilator, which was heavily featured during the Endgame saga. As I've said before, the comic is trying to make Robotnik and Eggman one and the same, for the sake of simplicity. This story gets a 5. The action is good, and the art's fine despite Butler making everyone look like they hang out at a gym, but it's all the negative stuff I've said earlier that brings the score down. I know, the comic's all ages. At the same time, don't dumb things down too much. Give the audience some credit. Anyway, the stage is set for Crazy Eggman to take the spotlight next time. Until then, have a good day and be safe. Despite what it looks like, Vector and Mighty are fine, thanks to the all-powerful Sega plot armor.